If you're in QA right now, you've probably felt it. Fewer pure manual roles, more SDET required, more automation first, more hybrid profile preferred. And now with AI in the mix, the question is QA shrinking or is it changing? In this video, I'm going to give you a straight view of the QA market in March 2026, UK, Europe, India, North America. What's rising, what's declining, and what actually makes you hireable right now. No fear, no hype, just signal. And I've also put this together in more depth in a PDF. So if you're interested in that, stick in the comments PDF and I'll share the link with you, and it's absolutely free and also invaluable as well. You'll need to know what's happening in the QA market. So let's dive in. I've hired hundreds of testers at program and project level. I see CVs every week. I speak to recruiters regularly, and I see what gets shortlisted all across the world and what doesn't. So what's happening isn't the death of QA, it's the death of one version of QA. But let's break it down region by region. So in the UK where I am, the market is competitive, especially at junior and manual levels. There are still roles, but there are far more applicants per role. So where are things going strong at the moment in time? What's growing? Well, automation engineers are still needed. SDETs as well, that's something on the rise. Quality engineers with DevOps literacy, that's a big area that people need to start to get into. In the world of automation, Playwright is everywhere right now. It's the buzz, it's the thing most companies are looking for. API automation is as expected, and CI and CD understanding is becoming more baseline. So what I would say to you, if your CV just shows I executed regression tests, you'll struggle, trust me, that's what I see. But if it shows I engineered a maintainable automation strategy integrated into pipelines, you'll get attention. It's those small details in your CVs. So the biggest shift in the UK is this: you're no longer hired for testing, you're hired for how you engineer quality. Manual only roles are shrinking, but that's been the trend for years now, but it's happening more and more, especially as things are starting to be replaced by AI around manual test execution and writing test scripts. Hybrid engineering profiles, well, they're on the rise, to be honest, and actually is something that you probably need to get into. So let's go across into Europe, and it's following a similar pattern to the UK, but there's more weight on governance, compliance, traceability and audit evidence, particularly in fintech, healthcare and the public sector. Automation still matters and again is continuing to grow in the similar areas to the UK. But so does proving that quality happened. So roles that are rising in Europe at the moment in time seem to be around quality engineering leads, test architects, accessibility specialists, especially around the new governance that's out there in Europe and in the UK, AI validation roles, and more so in regulated environments. So same again, manual only execution roles are massively under pressure and are shrinking as we speak. But senior QA professionals who can combine engineering, governance, risk, communication are still in strong demand. In Europe, quality isn't just engineering, it's around accountability. So moving across into another big market, India, and that is on a different scale. Large service organizations are still hiring, but the work mix is changing. High volume, repetitive manual testing pools are under pressure. So automation at scale, that's still rising. But what they're looking for now is framework builders, CI/CD test engineers, platform quality engineers, and performance specialists. Now, this is the part of the world where AI is accelerating faster than everywhere else, which means test execution only roles are becoming vulnerable. But here's the nuance. India still has enormous global delivery demand. The winners are engineers who can build frameworks, stabilize flaky suites, optimize test execution time, integrate automation into pipelines. In India, scale is king, and that is why AI is winning the day. Automation at scale currently is what its main currency is. So let's hop across the pond into North America. So it feels quite selective right now. Hiring isn't frozen, it's just a lot more cautious it seems. Fewer headcount approvals, more focus on high impact roles. Again, manual only QA roles are declining, but that's worldwide. Even traditional SDET roles are now being scrutinized. So developers are told to own quality. Is that a shift away from a QA specialist? It could be, maybe one to monitor. But with that, here's what that actually creates. Demand for fewer, more senior quality engineers. So people who can design strategy, improve pipeline reliability, introduce observability, and protect production. So in North America, you don't get hired to test features, you get hired to protect production. Reliability thinking is rising, phase-based QA is declining. So the global pattern across all regions, well, the pattern is pretty consistent. Manual test execution is shrinking, quality engineering is rising. AI is not replacing testers, it's replacing repetitive testers. And here's something important. The safest career in QA right now isn't automation. And I've covered it on this channel several times, so check out those videos. It's judgment, risk-based thinking, knowing what not to test, knowing where automation adds value, knowing how to validate AI output, knowing when to push back. Automation can be taught, but judgment is earned, and that's where senior QA professionals still win. So if I had to summarize the global hireable QA profile right now, it'd look something like this. You'll need modern automation, Playwright, Cypress, and Selenium, but with depth. API and microservice testing is still a big thing. CI/CD literacy is expected for everyone nowadays. Basic cloud awareness, observability awareness as well, and AI evaluation thinking. Not just plug and play, really understanding what AI is giving you in the QA space. Communication will always be a big thing within the QA world, and if your CV shows tools only, you're average. I'll not look at that CV beyond that, but you need to give me more depth. If it shows engineering plus thinking, you'll stand out. So what am I warning you for? If you're a manual tester and you do nothing this year, 2027 will be uncomfortable. Not because QA is dying, but because QA is evolving faster than some people are. The market's not collapsing, it's compressing towards engineering-led quality, and that shift won't reverse. So here's my question for you. What region are you in? And what type of role are you currently in? Junior, manual, mid-level automation, senior QA? Put it in the comment, and if there's enough interest, I'll break down a 90-day roadmap for your future-proofing your QA career. So if you're interested in that, put in the comments 90-day, and I'll share that with you. This isn't about panic, it's about positioning, and the people who adapt early always win. So anyway, I'll be keeping these regular pulse sessions going on a monthly basis to keep you updated with where the QA market is right now. So I'll see you in the next one.